Okay, so grade 7, today we will discuss the topic that is adaptation in animals. Okay, our topic is adaptation in animals, right? So I will share the screen, I will show you the slides and we will start. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Okay, children. Is this is visible to you? Okay. Is this is visible to you, children? Yes. Okay, Siddhi Sharma. Yeah, Eda. Right. Let's start the topic that is adaptation in animals. So, what is adaptation? Okay. Let me give you example. Okay, I got it. Okay, Pankaj, I got it. Everybody, Rose, I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay. So, you know that camels are found in deserts and penguins are in Antarctica. Do you find penguins in deserts and camels in Antarctica? Answer is, do you find penguins in deserts and camels in Antarctica? No. Yes, Siddhi, Sanya, yeah, no. You cannot find because the climate of the desert is very, very different from the climate of Antarctica. The climate of desert, yes, Komal, yeah, Pankaj, right. So the climate in the desert is hot and dry, whereas in Antarctica the topic is extremely cold. Okay, so camels and penguins have adapted themselves to survive in these adverse conditions. Okay, so animals have developed certain special features. Animals have developed certain special features to protect themselves against the extreme hot or cold condition. These special features that the living organisms have developed after a result of long process of evolution, it is called as adaptation. So, what is adaptation? Any feature any feature that increase the change of survival, that okay, any feature any feature that increase the chance of survival of living body or living organism in its surrounding is called as adaptation. Okay, so the body features and habits that a living organism develop so that it can easily live in its natural surrounding. Okay, that is called as adaptation, right? It is called as adaptation. Now, you know, we have different region. We have polar region. We have uh, deserts, we have tropical region, and the climate of these regions are totally different. If we will see the polar regions are situated at North Pole, South Pole, right? The polar regions, they are situated at North Pole and South Pole. These regions, they remain cold. They remain covered with snow and the climate is extremely cold here. Most of the part of the year, the temperature, like in the winters, the temperature, the temperature of poles, it will go like minus 37 degrees Celsius. The sun does not set for 6 months in a year, and for other 6 months it does not rise. So North Pole, they are extremely cold. Here you can see the climate of the polar region, minus 37, or sometime it reach, yeah, North Pole and South Pole rose, right? minus 37 degrees Celsius, and it is extremely cold. The sun does not set for 6 months in a year, and for the other 6 months it does not rise. Now we will see how the animals that are present in the polar region, how they develop or how they adapt. Animals that found in the polar regions are polar bears, penguins, birds, fishes, reindeers, foxes, seals, whales, etc. So, how the animals that live in these poles, how they adapt themselves. Just see the example of polar bear. The adaptation in the polar bear, you can see here. You can see here, polar bears have thick fur. They have thick fur that keep their body warm in the frigid air and water, right? So they have thick fur, they have blanket like hairs that surround their body, it act as insulator. They have a thick fur that keep their body warm. Here you can see the white fur that is present on the polar bear's body. It helps for them for camouflage. Okay, they help for camouflage in the ice, and they hide themselves. They hide themselves. The color of the snow and the color of their body is just similar, and they hide themselves. And uh, you know they can easily catch their prey. This adaptation protect the polar bears from the predators. It also help in catching the prey, right? This white fur has two layers. The two thick layer of fur protect the polar bear from extreme cold surroundings. Here you can see the polar bears. They have big paws. You can see the polar bears. They have big paws. The paws are flat. Their paws are very big, flat paws. Okay, and this broad and flat paws, they can easily hold their body weight, and easily these help them to walk on the snow. Very easily they can walk on the snow, right? They are very flat and broad, which help them to walk on ice. Their claws are polar bears claws, they are curved inside, like they are curved in shape, so that they can dig the ice, right? Their claws are very sharp, they are curved, and they provide good grip, and they help it to walk on snow. It allow the snow, it allow the polar bear to walk on the snow. They will provide grip to the polar bear, these claws, right? The teeth of the polar bear. The teeth of the polar bears are jagged, suiting the carnivorous eating habit. Okay, because they eat fishes, they are carnivores. Okay, so their teeth are jagged, and they are easily they can eat the flesh, the fishes, etc. Now see the nostril of the polar bear. The polar bear, they can close their nostrils. Okay, they can close their nostril. This feature help the polar bear. Okay, the animal, when they swim underwater, they close their nostril. By closing its nostril, they can remain underwater for long period of time. So nostrils help in breathing, but also close when inside the water. They nostrils, they will close their nostrils, and they remain underwater for long time. The next feature of polar bear is the polar bears have small ears and a very small tail that help it to retain as much as heat. They can keep the heat inside. They retain the heat inside. Okay, it minimizes the loss of heat because they have to keep their body warm. Okay, So the small ear, the small tail, okay, they help it to retain as much as heat as possible. Of course, they have the fat layer on their body. Okay, you know that polar bears are very fleshy. They are very fat. They have the deposition of fat layer, and this fat keep them warm. The fat act as an insulator. Okay, the additional fur or the thick layer of fat that present under the skin, this layer of fat help to keep the body warm. It act as an insulator, okay, in the cold condition. So the fat layer help to keep the body warm. Okay, this is called as the layer of fat that is present uh, on the polar bear. It is called as blubber. It is called as blubber. Blubber, right? It is called as blubber. Now, come to penguins. How quick, like quirky, how cute they are looking. Penguins is another well-known animal that live in the polar region, right? You know, penguins, they huddle together in group. Always they remain in the groups, okay, to keep their bodies warm, to fight against enemies. They huddle together in a group. Penguins कभी भी अकेले नहीं दिखती हैं आपको. They remain in the group. They huddle together in a group. Okay. Penguins are white from the front and they have the black back. Okay, they can easily merge them with the snowy background. They protect themselves from the, you know, predators. They have thick skin. They have thick skin and a lot of fat. The skin of the uh, penguins are very thick. They have the fat deposition. They have the fat on their body. Okay, and this keep their body warm. Another important feature of penguin is their bodies are streamlined. Streamlined, you know, their bodies are just like fishes. Fishes also having, yeah, yeah, that's right. So their bodies are streamlined and their feet have web to swim easily. Okay, so their web, their body is streamlined and their feet are webbed feet. They have webbed feet so that they can easily swim in water. Like the polar bears, penguins also have very small ears. They have very small ears which help them to retain as much as heat possible. Okay. Now, moving on to the next slide. You know, other than polar bears or penguins, we have so many different animals. We have seals. Yeah, we have yak, we have fishes, reindeers, foxes, etc. Yeah, it is very important, children. The birds that are present there in the polar region. Birds are, you know, covered with the feathers to protect their body from the cold. Birds must remain, you know, for the survival, birds must remain warm. So what they do, they migrate to the warmer region when winter sets. Okay, and they come back after the winter is over, and this is called as migration. Migration simply means to escape the extreme climatic conditions at, you know, home environment. For example, you can see here is the Siberia. You can see here is the Siberia, right? And the birds which migrate to the warmer region at the onset of winter, and they will come after the winter, these type of birds are called as migratory birds. For example, the Siberian crane from the Siberia. They come from Siberia to India. Okay. In India, they come in Bharatpur, Rajasthan, or Sultanpur in Haryana. We have Ghana bird sanctuary in Bharatpur. They migrate. Okay. This movement or mass movement of birds or animals from one place to another to escape from extreme climate is called as migration. Okay, this is called as migration. Now, now, other than that, look at this. So, we know that there are poles, North Pole here, South Pole here. The center is called as equator. Equator. Okay. So, the region that is located near or around the equator are called as tropical regions. Tropical regions are the region that are located around the equator and therefore they have hot climate. Okay, but these regions get plenty of rainfall during summer. Okay, plenty of rainfall, and during summer the temperature may cross 40 degrees Celsius. So, even in the winters, even in the January and February and December, the temperature remain like more than 15 degrees Celsius. So these places are hot and humid. These places are hot and humid. In summers, the temperature goes on to 45 degrees Celsius, right? So they are and hot and humid. Here you can see these regions get plenty of rain. These regions get plenty of rain due to the continuous rain and warmth. A wide variety of plants and animals are found in the tropical rainforest. So you can see here, like, so many different animals are present, are found in tropical rainforest. Okay, lion, tiger, zebras, cats, snakes, monkeys, okay, elephants, frogs, salamanders, so many. So tropical rainforest, there are plenty of, animals. They are there. Gorillas, apes, monkeys, lion, lizards, insects, birds, so many. Okay, because the climatic conditions in rainforests are highly suitable for supporting the rich variety of plants and animals. So, how they adapt for the food? Because there are so many animals living at the place, there is a competition for the food. So sometimes the animals they develop different feeding habits. Okay, to obtain their food so that easily it is available for them. For example, we will see the example of toucan. We will see the example where how the toucan they will have the long and large beak that help them to take the fruit easily. Okay, some are monkeys and some red-eyed frog, etc. They can climb on the trees. Okay, you can see the salamanders or some lizards, snakes. They have different like their skin color just merge with the skin color of the surrounding. They help them for the camouflage. Lion, tiger, they have keen sense of smell. They are very sensitive hearing. They have very sharp eyesight. Okay, their skin color always match or blend with the surrounding. That helps for them to show the camouflage. Okay, so we will see the different animals here. Red-eyed frog, The red-eyed frog, they have the sticky pad. Okay, their feet are very sticky. They have the sticky pad on their feet so that they can easily climb on the trees. Okay, they can easily climb on the trees. Red-eyed frog, the sticky feet help them to climb the trees. Monkeys, they have the long tail so that they can easily grasp the branches. The monkeys, their feet and hands, they can, easily hold the branches of the tree and they can remain on the trees. Or the they adapt themselves for, to get their shelters on the tree. uh, Toucans have long and large beak that help it to reach the fruit or branches, right? Where the birds cannot reach, with they are having if they are having the short beaks, the birds cannot reach there. Elephants have long sense of smell. Okay, now elephants also are found in the tropical forest. Okay, so elephants have bigger trunk which is used for the purpose like you picking up the food. Their tusk can tear the bark of the tree and eat them. The elephant thus does not face problem as far as availability of the food is concerned. Okay, their large ear, it is very important, children. The large ear of the elephant, they can hear very small sound, and they flap their ears. They always the large ears also help the elephants to remain cool in the hot and humid climate of the rain forest. Lion-tailed macaw, okay, or it is called as beard ape. They are found in the rainforest of Western Ghats in India. They live on the tree. They have silvery white mane, okay, which surround the head and the cheek and the chin. They live on the trees. They are good climbers. They feed on fruits, seeds, young leaves, stems, and flowers. Okay, so it looks for the insect under the bark of the tree. They can look for the insects. Since they are they it is able to get the sufficient food on the trees, they rarely come down on the ground. Lion-tailed macaw, it is also called as beard ape. If we will talk about the climate of the desert, desert are hot and dry place. Desert are hot or dry place. They may be hot, like days are very hot, but nights they remain cold comparatively. They have dry climate. Very less rainfall is there, very less or little precipitation. Some regions do not receive rain or snow for years. So hot deserts animal develop certain adaptation to conserve water. For example, camel ki agar we will talk about the camels. Camels, they have the brown colored body that match with the sand, right? Their eyelashes are very long. Their eyelashes are very long. Okay, which protect the eye during the sandstorm. They close their eye. जब भी मिट्टी उड़ेगी हवा चलेगी, they close their eyes. Their eyelashes are long. See their nostrils. They can close their nostril to prevent the sand from entering the nasal cavity. Okay, the hump of the camel store fat and help the animal to survive without food for several months. Camel can drink 40 liters of water at a time, and this water is stored for the later use. 40 liters of water एक साथ पी जाते हैं पानी. See the lips of the camel here. See the lips. The lips are very, very, thick, broad, so that they can easily eat the prickly plants like cactus. Okay. Their feet are padded. Camels have padded wide feet that enable them to walk on the hot sand, or they can easily, their legs are very long, muscular legs for walking, wide padded feet that allow walking on the rock, hot sand, etc. So they adjust, they develop certain body features, okay, that help them to, that help them to live in such a harsh climatic conditions. Okay, so I hope you understand what is adaptation and how these animals, they adjust themselves to live in certain these adverse conditions. Okay, we have seen the adaptation in the animals that are in the deserts, in the tropical areas, or in the polar region. We have seen the adaptation in polar bears, in penguins, in elephants, and in camels. Okay, I will share the PDF if you want, and just go to the link and you can watch it later. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.